Trust is the invisible thread that holds a relationship together. When it is strong, love feels secure. It is a sanctuary, a place where you can truly be yourself. You feel safe to express your deepest thoughts and feelings. There is no need to hide parts of who you are. This profound sense of acceptance is a cornerstone of lasting intimacy. It allows for a unique kind of restfulness, a peace within the connection. This is the calm harbor every heart seeks. When trust is present, an unspoken ease permeates the relationship. There is a quiet confidence in your partner's intentions. You do not spend your days deciphering hidden meanings or worrying about their loyalty. You feel seen, understood, and deeply valued for who you are. This is not a small thing, it is a precious gift. This unwavering belief in each other allows both individuals to flourish. It creates a stable environment for love to grow stronger over time. This foundation is truly invaluable. This security forms the bedrock for personal and mutual growth. When you feel secure with your partner, you are braver. You can explore the world, take risks, and pursue your dreams. You know you have a safe harbor to return to, someone who will celebrate your triumphs and comfort you in setbacks. This strong foundation supports the entire structure of your shared life. It allows the relationship to withstand storms and to evolve in positive ways. The relief that comes with such trust is immense. It is a gentle, constant hum of contentment in the background of daily life. Often its true value is only recognized when it is threatened, or when we observe others navigating relationships filled with doubt. This profound peace is what many of us yearn for in our closest bonds. It allows us to relax, to love freely, and to build a shared future with hope. This is the cherished calm of a trusted love. Then, sometimes a small doubt begins to form. It might be a tiny crack in the otherwise smooth surface of your certainty. Perhaps a partner's habits change inexplicably, or a new unsettling secrecy surrounds their phone or schedule. It often starts as a quiet whisper in the back of your mind. You try to dismiss it, to rationalize it away, but the whisper can persist, growing louder with each unsettling observation. It's the first chill of a coming storm. This insidious suspicion starts to color every interaction. Normal conversations can suddenly feel laden with unspoken tensions. You might find yourself searching for clues, analyzing words and actions. Your mind can transform into that of a detective, constantly on alert. Sleep may become elusive as your thoughts race, replaying scenes and conversations. A constant, low-level hum of anxiety becomes your unwelcome companion. This shift is deeply disturbing to your inner peace. The world around you can begin to feel tilted, unstable. The person you believed you knew so intimately now seems distant, perhaps even a stranger. This preoccupation with suspicion is utterly exhausting. It drains your mental and emotional energy, making it difficult to focus on other areas of your life. Work suffers, friendships may feel strained, and joy becomes harder to find. You become consumed by the growing dread and the need to know the truth. You might find yourself oscillating between denial and intense worry. One moment you convince yourself that your fears are unfounded, a product of an overactive imagination. The next, a new piece of unsettling behavior confirms your deepest anxieties. This emotional roller coaster is profoundly unsettling and disorienting. It creates a significant sense of inner turmoil. You yearn for clarity, for the truth, for an end to the gnawing uncertainty. When infidelity surfaces, the immediate and most pressing question is often why. It is a natural human response to seek reasons, to understand the cause of such profound pain. It is tempting to jump to simplistic conclusions, to assign blame quickly. However, the landscape of human desire and motivation is complex. The reasons behind an affair are rarely straightforward or singular. They are often buried deep, concealed beneath layers of unspoken feelings and unmet needs. Sometimes an affair is not primarily about seeking a new sexual partner. It can be an unconscious attempt to find a new version of oneself, a self that feels lost, stifled, or perhaps never fully discovered within the current relationship. It can represent a longing for transformation, for a different experience of being alive. The affair becomes a mirror reflecting a desired, perhaps idealized identity. This search for self is a powerful, often misunderstood motivator. It is crucial to consider the context of the existing relationship. Were there pre-existing cracks in the foundation? Were there unmet emotional needs, silent resentments, or a growing distance? An affair can act as a symptom, a painful and destructive signal. It indicates that something vital is missing or has gone awry within the couple's dynamic. This perspective does not excuse the betrayal. Rather, it seeks a deeper understanding of its origins. While desire is undeniably a powerful force, infidelity is rarely just about sex. More often, it is about the desire to feel desired, to feel seen, special, and truly alive again. It can be a desperate search for emotional intensity, or a feeling of aliveness that has gradually faded from the primary relationship. Understanding these deeper emotional drivers can help shift the focus from pure blame towards a more nuanced exploration of the relationship's complexities. Emotional connection is the very lifeblood of an intimate relationship. When this vital flow diminishes, a significant void can begin to form. This neglect is not always dramatic or overt. It can be subtle. A slow, almost imperceptible drift apart over months or even years. Shared laughter becomes less frequent. Deep, meaningful conversations become rare. The warmth that once defined the connection slowly cools, leaving a chill in its place. A woman in such a situation might start to feel invisible within her own home. Her partner may be physically present, sharing the same space, yet emotionally distant. She might speak, sharing her day or her feelings, but feel fundamentally unheard. Her attempts to connect, to share her inner world, might be met with indifference or distraction. This persistent emotional hunger, this feeling of being unseen and unvalued, can become deeply painful. It creates a profound ache of loneliness. She might make efforts to bridge the growing gap. She might try to initiate conversations, plan shared activities, or express her need for closeness. However, if these attempts are consistently rebuffed, or if her partner seems unwilling or unable to engage emotionally, the loneliness intensifies. This isolation, experienced within the confines of what should be a close partnership, is a powerful and often underestimated catalyst. It makes one vulnerable to seeking connection elsewhere. In this context of emotional starvation, an affair can feel like an unexpected oasis. It can present itself as a place where she suddenly feels seen, heard, and profoundly appreciated. The attention from someone new can offer a temporary, yet potent relief from the emotional desert of her primary relationship. The allure is not solely about the new person. It is often more about the intoxicating feeling of being emotionally alive, validated, and desired once more. Section 5. Lost at Sea. The anguish of uncertainty in love. Living with the constant suspicion of infidelity is akin to being lost at sea. The solid ground of trust you once stood upon has vanished. It's replaced by a turbulent ocean of doubt and fear. Each new hint, each unanswered question, each strange behavior is like a wave. It tosses you around, leaving you disoriented and struggling to find your bearings. There is no anchor, no certainty to hold on to, only the relentless motion of unease. Grief becomes an almost constant companion during this period. You grieve for the relationship you believed you had, the one built on honesty and mutual respect. You grieve for the trust that now feels irrevocably shattered. You grieve for the future you had envisioned together, now clouded by uncertainty. This anticipatory grief is especially painful because it coexists with a desperate, flickering hope, a hope that your deepest fears will ultimately prove to be unfounded. Anxiety establishes itself as a persistent, unwelcome hum in your life. Nagging questions loop endlessly in your mind. Will I ever discover the truth? What will that truth be? And how will I cope with it? Can our relationship survive this, and do I even want it to? Sleep offers little respite as your mind races. Everyday tasks that once seemed simple now feel monumental, performed under the crushing weight of this emotional burden. This protracted period of not knowing can be incredibly damaging. It can erode your self-esteem, making you question your judgment, your desirability, even your sanity. You exist in a painful limbo, caught between a past that now feels like a potential lie, and a future that is terrifyingly unclear. The need for certainty, for solid ground, becomes paramount. The anguish of this uncertain state can feel unbearable, pushing you towards a desperate need for resolution. Section 6. Flickering warning lights. Recognizing disconnection's approach. Infidelity rarely materializes out of thin air, striking a perfectly healthy relationship without warning. More often, there are preceding signs, subtle shifts in the relationship's climate. These are the early whispers of disconnection, the flickering warning lights. Learning to recognize these signals is crucial, not for the purpose of assigning blame later, but for fostering awareness and creating an opportunity for early intervention. It's about noticing the relational weather changing. Pay close attention to significant changes in communication patterns. Are your conversations becoming increasingly superficial, avoiding deeper topics? Is your partner noticeably more withdrawn, quiet, or perhaps uncharacteristically critical and irritable? A marked decline in shared activities, hobbies, or expressions of affection can also be a significant indicator. Less laughter, fewer inside jokes, a general cooling of the emotional temperature often signals trouble. The joyful music of connection fades. A sudden increase in secrecy is almost always a significant red flag. Your partner might become unusually protective or guarded with their phone, computer, or personal belongings. There might be unexplained absences, late nights at work, or vague, evasive answers to direct questions. This newfound defensiveness often suggests that there is something they are trying to hide. While it's important not to jump to conclusions, trusting your intuition to explore further is wise. Also, be attentive to direct or indirect expressions of unhappiness or dissatisfaction with the relationship. Sometimes these are stated clearly, though often they are not. They might manifest as passive aggression, a persistent lack of enthusiasm for shared plans, or a general negativity towards the partnership. These expressions, however uncomfortable, are often unconscious invitations. They are calls to explore what is amiss, to address the underlying issues before they escalate into more serious problems. Section 7. The path to understanding, preventing the drift. Preventing infidelity is not fundamentally about imposing rules or monitoring a partner's behavior. Such approaches often breed resentment and further disconnection. Instead, prevention is about consciously and continuously cultivating a strong, vibrant emotional connection. It's about creating a relationship where both partners feel deeply valued, consistently heard, and truly seen. This requires ongoing effort, mutual respect, and a shared willingness to be vulnerable with one another. This is the true heart of a resilient and affair-proof relationship. Prioritize open, honest, and compassionate communication as a cornerstone of your relationship. Actively work to create a safe and non-judgmental space. A space where both partners feel secure enough to share their authentic feelings, their evolving needs, and their underlying fears, without fear of reprisal or dismissal. Regular, intentional check-ins about the state of your connection can be incredibly helpful. Don't wait for small issues to grow into major crises. Talk often and listen even more. Nurture emotional intimacy deliberately and consistently. This encompasses far more than just physical affection or sexual connection, though those are important too. It means demonstrating genuine empathy for your partner's experiences, offering unwavering support during challenging times, and maintaining a sincere interest in their inner world, their thoughts, dreams, and struggles. Small, consistent gestures of appreciation and love can make a significant positive difference. Keep the emotional bank account of the relationship generously full. Address conflicts and issues as they arise, rather than allowing them to fester and breed resentment. Seek to understand each other's perspectives fully, especially when you disagree. Remember that in a relationship, it's rarely about one person being right and the other wrong. Sometimes, seeking professional help from a therapist or counselor can provide invaluable tools and neutral guidance to navigate difficult conversations constructively and strengthen your bond. Prevention is an active, ongoing process of connection. Section 8. Rebuilding bridges, the courage to restore trust. If infidelity has occurred, the journey to rebuild trust is undeniably long, challenging, and often painful. It demands immense courage, unwavering commitment, and profound patience from both partners. The partner who was betrayed must navigate a maelstrom of emotions, shock, anger, grief, and deep hurt. The partner who strayed must demonstrate genuine, consistent remorse. They need to show a deep commitment to understanding the impact of their actions and to changing their behavior. Absolute transparency becomes non-negotiable in the aftermath of an affair. The partner who is unfaithful must be willing to answer difficult questions honestly and completely. They need to be accountable for their actions and choices, without defensiveness or minimization. This period of sustained openness, while often agonizing, is crucial. It helps the betrayed partner begin to regain a sense of reality and to test the sincerity of the commitment to repair. Secrets are the persistent enemy of trust. Radical honesty is the first step toward healing. It is important to understand that rebuilding trust is rarely a linear or predictable process. There will inevitably be good days filled with hope and connection, and there will be bad days, where doubt and pain resurface with intensity. Setbacks are a normal part of this difficult healing journey. Patience, both with oneself and with one's partner, is absolutely essential. The betrayed partner needs ample time to heal their wounds. The unfaithful partner needs to consistently demonstrate trustworthy behavior over an extended period. Words alone are insufficient. Actions must align. Professional guidance from an experienced couples therapist is often invaluable during this fragile time. A therapist can help both partners navigate the complex and overwhelming emotions involved. They can facilitate difficult yet necessary conversations in a safe and structured environment. And they can provide a roadmap, tools, and strategies for healing and rebuilding. Rebuilding trust after such a profound breach is possible, but it demands unwavering dedication from both individuals, and a shared, clear vision for a new, more honest and resilient future together. Section 9. Rekindling the flame, a journey towards renewed intimacy. Choosing to address infidelity head-on, rather than ignoring it or prematurely ending the relationship, is an incredibly painful decision. However, it also presents a profound opportunity. An opportunity for deep, personal growth for both individuals, and for a radical transformation of the relationship itself. Avoiding the issue or sweeping it under the rug only allows the wounds to fester, the distance to widen, and the resentment to solidify, potentially poisoning any chance of recovery. Taking proactive, intentional steps is absolutely key to navigating this crisis successfully. This means courageously moving beyond the cycle of blame and accusation, and into a space of shared responsibility. This is not responsibility for the affair itself, that lies with the person who made that choice. It is responsibility for understanding and addressing the relational dynamics, the unmet needs, or the communication breakdowns that may have contributed to the disconnection. It's about learning new, healthier ways to relate to one another. Rekindling a relationship after the devastation of infidelity is not about trying to go back to how things were, because quite often, how things were contained the seeds of the problem. Instead, it is a chance to build something entirely new, something stronger, more conscious, and more authentic. A connection that is forged in the fires of crisis, based on a deeper, more honest understanding of oneself and one's partner. This new relationship can be more resilient than the old one. This challenging journey requires an unwavering commitment to personal growth, to radical honesty, both with oneself and with each other, and to the renewed partnership. It is a testament to the remarkable resilience of love and the human spirit. When couples successfully navigate this arduous path, they often emerge with a bond that is more conscious, more intentional, and ultimately more deeply fulfilling. The flame of desire and connection can indeed be rekindled, burning brighter and truer than before.